And with that, cars will begin to make their way out to the Speedway here for Simpson Race Products Heat Race number 1. 8 times around, everybody going to go on into one of our qualifiers. Again, combined passing points from the heats and qualifiers will set the stage for tonight's feature lineup, as well as our Elliott's Custom Trailers of Carts semi-feature event. Top 16 of those combined points will advance on directly into the feature. Attention to the grounds, if you do have a pit pass, you can go to the main grandstands to watch. Again, if you do have a pit pass, you will be allowed to go up into the main grandstands in order to watch today's racing program. So wave of the caution flag here in the stand, and that will signal the field to fire. Driver out of Peoria, Arizona, the Avante windows and doors, beaver stripes, Stanton spike chassis number 3P. Drake Edwards going to bring him down to the drop of the green flag. Next to him, he is your defending BC39 champion out of Ione, California. Driver the NOS Energy Drink, EnviroFab, MPV Express, Toyota Spike, RMS Racing number 2. That is Justin Grant. Next row for the inside, Kevin Thomas Jr. He's out of Coleman, Alabama. Driver the Acro Seal, Driven Performance, Metalloid 1, Link Chassis, Stanton S11X number 14. And to his right, the 19M, the driver to Mooresville, North Carolina. Driver the Bundy-built Motorsports, Spike, Arai Helmets, Walker Filtration, number 19M. That is Ethan Mitchell. Next row from the inside, be the 5th starting spot out of Franklin, Indiana. Driver the Link Speedway Toyota TRD, IWX number 67K. It'll be Emerson Axum. And from the 6th starting spot, she's out of Clovis, California. Driver the Mobile 1 TRD Peels, Curb Records, IWX number 71. That is Jade Evidician. Frankie Guarini at San Rafael, California will go for the inside of row number 4. Driver the F&F Racing, Stanton Spike Chassis number 63. And outside of him, the Oshwegan Speedway number 3G out of Princeton, Indiana. That is Kyle Cummins. Final starter set to be the 2018 winner of this event. Driver the Telstar Technologies at Daredevil Brewing Company, Speedway Toyota, Triple X Chassis number 21H. It's the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. As that'll be our scheduled lineup here for Simpson Race Products Heat Race number 1.
Well, Jay Davidisian won the $20,000 to win John Hank Championship at Sweet Springs Motorsports Park. The Hank family happened to be the owners of the first winner, Brady Bacon.
And with that, let's check in with Drake York.
Well, Brian, we talk about all the hitters here on the Friday night makeup of the Driven to Save Lives BC39 presented by Avante Windows and Doors. There is 10 winners out of the 25 cars, and when we talk about winners, that's drivers with at least one USAC National Midget Winner Award. But if you're rooting for a driver going for their first win here on the Friday Night Makeup, Jada has got to be a good one. Of course, we talked about it for a long time. Jada, one of the most hyped drivers in recent memory with the NOS Energy Drink USAC National Midgets, of course, scored that big championship last year with the Extreme Outlaw Midget Series, and at IMS, her history here a little bit touch and go, was 7th on her prelim night here last year, but Jade has been close so many times that first USAC National win. We could see 2 winners in 2 races here at the dirt track at Indianapolis Motor Speedway be their first win. We'll see if Jade can do that tonight. She's got to make it through this heat race first with some good passing points and finishing points.
2022, the first time that Jade Evidician graced the clay here at the dirt track at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Winner in her heat race, finished 10th in the Stoops Pursuit, 4th in the qualifier, ended up 15th in the semi-feature event. 1 year ago was 17th. It's Saturday night's Amen event. As they come around, we go to green. Field dashing onto the back straightaway. Justin Grant looking for room to see if he could jump up and steal away the top spot. Wasn't able to do so. Comes off at turn number 4. This time he's got the run. He's got it. Justin Grant up into the race lead quickly. The Avante windows and doors with 3P currently running in the 2nd spot. Then you're going to find Kevin Thomas Jr. running in 3rd. On his back bumper is going to be Little Bunny in the 19 to his inside. Get into the curb records over 67K. Emerson Axum looking for room to run. Behind him, 3 wide. You've got the 3G making moves to the inside. Was able to get by the 71 of Amadisian as well as the 19 of Ethan Mitchell. Brady Bacon, who started at the back of this thing, trying to pick his way forward. Little time to get it done. Only 8 laps of distance. They're going to come up on the midpoint this time. 4 in, 4 to go. She's got some character out there. A lot of moisture on the racing surface. And they are all over the place trying to hold on to these cars as they roll the bottom side of the racetrack. Bacon trying to get one more here. Again, passing points up for grabs. Every position going to count. Takes it across the nose of the 71 of Amadisian. He's up 3 spots so far. This one is Justin Grant. Started outside of your front row, leads the way. Kevin Thomas Jr. started 30, runs in 2nd right now. Your pole sitter shuffled back to the 3rd spot. Battle for 4th. Here comes the 67 on the inside. Trying to make something happen here. Emerson Axum. Not able to make the run on the 3G of Kyle Cummins for the time being. Tries it again as it comes away with a white flag, and now new contestant in the mix of that one, Brady Bacon. 4-car flying onto the back straight with the third spot, but off of number 4, checker flag going to drop in this one. It will be Justin Grant to the NOS Energy number 2, starting off his title defense in a big way here with a heat race win. Kevin Thomas Jr. in second, Drake Edwards in third, Kyle Cummins in fourth, Emerson Axum in fifth, Brady Bacon, Jada Vidician, Ethan Mitchell, and Frankie Guarini unofficially rounding out your field. But your winner, ladies and gentlemen, he hails out of Ione, California, driven the NOS Energy Drink at ViroFab, MPV Express Toyota Spike number 2. Give him a hand, Justin Grant.
A little bit of character down there in turn number 1. A little whoop there we're going to keep an eye on.
Indeed, as he will roll down trackside, and we're going to take it down for an update with Christy.
Yeah, thank you so much. Justin Grant going to pick up Simpson Race Products Heat Race number 1, the first one to get a really good taste of what this dirt track at IMS inside turn number 3 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway is going to look like for the remainder of the evening. And Justin, clearly, the bottom side of the racetrack got a lot of character on it. When you're defending against drivers compared to when you have a little bit of space, are you trying to opt for some different lines to pick up more speed?
Yeah, I felt pretty. 1 and 2 was pretty straightforward. Just kind of blast through the clean part, and make some speed. 3 and 4 was tricky. You know, you could carry a lot more speed, like blasting in there, but every once in a while you get tight in the center. So it was kind of there early in the run. I just stayed, protected the bottom. Figured, well, nobody's gonna be able to drive around me in that stuff. Then as we got rolling, I felt pretty comfortable. Started opening my lanes up, and trying to make some speed and see what this NOS Energy Drink number 2 has, and felt pretty good.
It looked pretty good. Justin Grant, he's a winner of the BC39. He just picked up Simpson Race Products Heat Race number 1. And Brian, I'll tell you what, if there's anybody who can be comfortable on an elbows-up racetrack like this one, it's this guy.
It definitely is. Third heat race win of the season here with the USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship. Brought to supply heat race number 2. Beginning to make its way out to the Speedway. Chris Bowie out of Indianapolis, Indiana, driving the Techne Honda Ripper chassis. Good guys, HVAC number 36. He'll be on the pole this one. Outside of him is slated to be Alex Karpowitz out of Spring Branch, Texas, driving the Rockwell Security Smith Titanium Hui Hat Company number 19. Next row from the inside, it will be Bryce Massengill. He's out of Troy, Ohio, driving the great company McDermott Plumbing Speedway Toyota Spike chassis number 40X. And slated to go for the 4th starting spot, Darren Knight out of Adrian, Michigan, driving the Dan Beeks Motorsports K-Tech Spike chassis number 3. Davey Ray in the 15J going to go from 5th. He is out of Davenport, Iowa in the Industrial Anodizing Ray Pro Excalibur Graphics, Stanton SR11X, DRC chassis number 15J. And to his right, the 27X, the driver out of Kennedale, Texas, the Rush Race Gear. Belling Racing Equipment, Stanton SR11X, Spike chassis number 27. That will be Kyle Jones. Final row from the inside, Gavin Miller to Allentown, Pennsylvania, the Sound Gear Toyota Racing Development, Mobile 1, KKM, Kerbagajanian, number 97. And your final starter is set to be Zach Weigel out of Belpre, Ohio, the Dave Nostetto Outlet, S2 Cybersecurity, Speedway Toyota Spike chassis number 89. As that'll be your scheduled lineup again for Rod Supply Heat Race number 2 of 3 here in preliminary competition during the Driven to Save Lives BC39, presented by Avante Windows and Doors.
Now, Darren Nida, a 4th-generation driver. His great-grandfather, Wild Bill Nida, was a stock car driver primarily at the places like Fort Miami Speedway outside of Toledo. His grandfather, John, established the Sprints on Dirt series in the Upper Midwest, which ironically enough at one point ran a lot of pavement. His father raced, and as I mentioned, this guy, a recent winner with a winged sprint car at Lincoln Park Speedway and established a track record. Very talented family.
3 USAC wins on the season. Or 3 wins on the season. His first USAC National midget win coming up during the Fireman's Nationals at Angel Park. Millstream with the Midwest D2 midgets, as well as Atomic. That was back in June on the 14th and the 22nd. The 2023 USAC Midwest D2 champion. Talking about Zach Weigel and the CB Industries machine. Also the CB Industries micro driver.
Right. And he got a little exercise last year, got a little upset with Justin Grant, and I think Justin autographed a wheel cover and gave it to him, and I think it was a learning moment.
2023, his first attempt at this event, ran 21st in Friday's preliminary event. Saturday, 1st in the C, 14th in the semi to 13th in the last chance qualifier. We'll see what he can do again, having to start deep in this one.
Well, he's shown plenty of talent. There's no doubt about that, and he's been tough, as we've mentioned, in the D2 midget, and that big win at Angel Park where he mentioned that, you know, some kids dream of winning the Super Bowl. This is what he dreamed of. It was really a very touching, to me, victory lane comment.
Nearly picked up the win with the Badger midgets there as well
He did.
that weekend.
It sure did.
And he did that with an engine that was not up
Right.
to Badger specs. It was actually one of the USAC D2 engines.
Correct. And my normal salute to Quinn and Amy and the folks up there at Badger who've done such a great job reviving that proud organization. Firemen's National is obviously one of the great midget events in the nation. Hey, we got one to go. I want to salute Gary Taylor, a guy I really like who's been working in the industry for years, a long-time racer, raced a lot down at Port City. Won the Randy Roberts race last night with the Rocky Mountain Midget Racing Association. Randy is such a great racer, Hall of Famer with Harry Conklin, a great guy. And so big thanks to a guy who's raced here quite a bit, that being Gary Taylor. Big win for him last night.
So Bowie on the pole in the 36, going to bring him up to the NOS Energy start can. Field to green. Again, 8 times around here in Rada Supply Heat Race number 2. Highline the place to be, and 19, repairs made back on the track. He's going to jump out to the early advantage. The micro driver making his USAC National Midget debut here today. Going to go in and take off with it here. The 36 holding on to the second spot. Battle for third. It will be in the hands of the 97. As they'll work around Gavin Miller. Started 7th. He's up to 3rd. So put in the top of the points for the time being. Ooh, a couple of cars sideways off at turn number 2. The 89 and the 27. Weigel and Jones both found the banana peel over at the exit turn number 2. They gather it back up, but they are back there battling to not be last right now. As both drivers able to work by the 15 of Davey Ray. Miller, meanwhile, working on second, trying to get it away from Bowie. Works to the inside into turns 1 and 2. He's got the advantage onto the back straightway. And the sound gear, KKM Kerbeck and Jamie number 97 going to take over the second spot. Flying the Hoosier to the front of the Speedway. Goes to 36. He holds on to 3rd. Right now, Nida running the 4th spot. Massengill, Weigel, Jones, Ray currently rounding out your running order. They come around this time. They will put us at 2 laps remaining. Karpowitz in the 19.
Pretty good bounce back for him.
Not bad. A tough start in hot laps, as Drake mentioned. Part of the front suspension coming apart. That's what sailed him up into the wall. He comes around the wave of the white flag. Seen him garner success and really build his career up through the Dirt 2 Media National Dope Wheel 600 Series. In his first start in USAC competition, he'll pick up a heat race win. That's Karpowitz at 19. Gavin Miller goes 7th to 2nd. There's Valley going to cross in 3rd. Darren Nida in 4th. Zach Weigel in 5th. Bryce Massigo, Kyle Jones, and Davey Ray unofficially rounding out your field. But your winner, ladies and gentlemen, he pilots the Rockwell Security Mount Stout Motorsports Huey Hack coming in number 19 out of Spring Branch, Texas. Give him a hand. Alex Karpowitz, your winner in Rada Supply Heat Race number 2.
Don't imagine he thought that was going to happen when he was on his lid here earlier today, but what a great job by the crew and him.
Say Jay Mounts, everybody down there. Janky Bobby, of course, who is the crew chief on McDermott's number 40. The pick to the win on Thursday. All down getting that car put back together, and now he's going to get a word with Christy Bennis.
Yeah, how about it for Alex Karpowitz, who picks up your Rod and Supply Heat Race number 2 in his first career USAC NOS Energy Drink National Midget beginning night here for the BC39. And there's so much we could talk about. The racetrack, your first start with the USAC NOS Energy Drink National Midgets, the BC39, the incident in hot laps. Where would you like to begin?
I couldn't hear most of what you just said, but yeah, this is my first time ever running a midget on a big stage like this. It's truly a surreal feeling to be out here at the BC39 in general, let alone win my first heat race in a USAC midget, especially after what happened in hot laps.
Shows up and shows out for Alex Karpowitz, who picks up your Rod and Supply Heat Race number 2. And again, what is his first career USAC NOS Energy Drink National start?
You gotta love it.
Not a bad way to start off your midget racing career. Great kid, great family. I've had the pleasure of actually getting to watch him come up through the micro ranks and meeting his family, and of course getting to interact with him over the years, and great to see him come out and have success like that to start things off.
You know, Brian, I've asked you a time or two over the years to give me an updated list of the Tulsa Shootout winners, which I keep on my computer. All you have to do is go and look through that. And guess what? It's littered with drivers that we recognize as stars today.
Oh, exactly. So TJ Ford's heat race number 3 out to the Speedway. Mitchell Moles out of Raisin City, California. The AME Electrical Indy Race Parts Stanton Spike Chassis. Reinbold Underwood Motorsports number 19A going to be in the pole this one. Outside of him, talked about him quite a bit earlier, winning a USAC championship in at least 4 decades in Bakersfield, California. Drove the Quick Time Race Products. Stanton Spike. Mike Griffith's owns number 75 AU. That will be Brian Stanfill. Next row for the inside will be Cody Beard. He's out of Huntington, Indiana, driving the Meyer Logistics, W9 Mopar powered Ripper chassis number 7B. And outside of him, coming to us out of Collinsville, Oklahoma, driving the Eibach Toyota PageKC.com number 97K, that will be Cale Drake. Logan CV out of Center, California, the Indy Fuel, Indy Power Sports, Carrington Homes, MPV Express, Dozers, Nuts and Bolts, Forecheck Marketing number 57 will roll from the 5th starting spot. And from 6 in this one, it will be Kevin Newton out of Farmersburg, Indiana, driving the Honest Abe Roofing EA Stealth Spike Chassis, Second Law Motorsports, number 16TH. The 11S inside of your final row, Steven Schnapp out of Newburgh, Indiana, driving the Martins Auto Care Incorporated, Essinger Spike Chassis, number 11S. And your final starter is set to be Carter Sarf out of Mason City, Illinois, driving the Proviso Partners, Speedway Toyota Spike Chassis, Collision Concepts Mobile 1, number 21K.
And the Shark's been a Power Ride champion. He's won this year with MOA Sprint Cars and the Extreme Series. We see him sometimes in a sprint car that is owned by Chase Briscoe.
So Alex Karpowitz already putting himself in line to possibly pick up our Infernal Armor Fire Move of the night. Of course, the winner of that is going to receive a complimentary bottle of Infernal Armor, so he has added his name to that list already. It's pretty fire to recover the way he did and pick up a heat race win. So if you're just joining us here on the Flow broadcast, Mother Nature did delay us starting here just a little bit today as we finally did get cars on track right about 4 o'clock. We will run through what was supposed to be Friday's preliminary program, 3 heats, 3 qualifiers, our Elliott's Custom Trailers and Cars semi-feature event, and our A-Main. And then we will do a quick rework on the racetrack, and we'll come back with the championship portion of today's racing action.
You know, we're doing this for the 6th time, Brian, but I look around and it is still surreal that we're doing this at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Anytime I look over my shoulder and there's the pagoda there, it's like, am I really here?
Unbelievable.
And we don't say that lightly. This place has an aura to it.
You go in that tunnel, you feel it every time.
To the NOS Energy Star Can and to the green. And just like that, Mole's going to take advantage of this pole starting spot. He's going to take off of the race lead as they bolt into turns 3 and 4. He will have Cale Drake hunting to the inside, looking for the top spot. Not quite there. He's going to hold on to it. Close quarters into the left rear of the 19 as that car all but stalled out of the bottom side of the racetrack. And both of them going to lose a couple of spots here. Drake had the road blocked. He basically got the 19 refired, and Carter Sarf going to take advantage of that. Says, thank you very much. The driver that started last, well, he's not last anymore. He's challenging for 3rd as they work into turns 3 and 4.
Boy, that's a huge deal, Brian, if you can get even further forward.
Already we had one driver go 7th to 2nd. That was Gavin Miller. Now, Carter Sarf trying to do him up one here. Go 8th to 2nd, maybe 8th to win it. He's 8th to 3rd right now. He's chasing the 57 to Logan Seavey. Seavey, likewise, picking up some points in this one. Started 5th. He's challenging for the lead as up front. It is the 75, Brian Stanfield. At the point, at the line though, it will be Seavey by .050. Challenge to the inside, up across the nose of the 75. He's got it. It'll be Seavey up into the race lead. Sarf still trying to get up into that 3rd spot. He rides in 4th for the time being. Moles holds on to it as now he'll set sights on the number 75 of Stanfield. Remember, Moles took off of the race lead for the pole position. Little sideways into turns 1 and 2 a few laps ago, and the car all but died on him in the 60s or the 97K. Cale Drake was there to punch the back bumper of him and got him refired as he will throw it in hard to turns 1 and 2. Get out of my way, I'm coming through, and allows the 19 to follow him back up into 3rd. Checker flag, though, going to drop in this one as Logan Seavey picks up the heat race win here in TJ Ford's heat race number 3.
Well, it's full contact racing today.
These are midgets, not Briscoe boys, as they are putting the Hoosiers to it. Cale Drake in second, Carter Sarf in third, Mitchell Moles, Brian Stanfield, Steven Schnapp, Kevin Newton, and Cody Beard unofficially rounding out your field. But your winner, driving the Indy field number 57, give him a hand, Logan Seavey, down trackside to Christie.
Logan Seavey picks up TJ Forge heat race number 3 for this Friday preliminary event for the BC39. And Logan, of course, wanting to add this one to his list of accomplishments when it comes to USAC national competition. And Logan, it's no secret right now, the racetrack definitely has some character. You're having to race with a lot of guys, pass some cars, get passing points. There's a lot of factors to consider. Where are you trying to focus those efforts?
You just got to watch ahead a lot and make sure you know what's going on in front of you, and make sure you're not running in the back of anybody. And I kind of caught a break there with Mitchell and Cale tangling up, and snuck by the two fastest guys in the heat there, without really a lot of effort. So I don't know. Yeah, like I said, just caught a big break. I don't really know where to race or where to pass. You just kind of wait for people to bounce and mess up, and and so we're working on this car, getting a little better. I wasn't happy after hot laps, and I didn't feel the best there either. So we're gonna go back and get to work and make this thing better.
So Logan Seavey says he picked up that TJ Forge heat race number 3 win by kind of taking advantage when everybody else had some of those mishaps that are easy to make on this racetrack at this point in the evening. And we talked to Justin Grant earlier, and he said that, he was pretty comfortable on this racetrack, which is not necessarily the case for everybody. So we said if anybody can be comfortable on this style racetrack, it's Justin Grant. Well, if anybody can be smart enough to take advantage of other people's mistakes, it's Logan Seavey.
Well, that's a really good point, Christy, and I'm sure that Mitchell and Dean got the action, who are to our right, but did you see how much they were working on the wheel on those midgets?
They were sawing on those things.
That was physical out there.
As I believe Drake York with an update.
It's 8th to 4th in Simpson Race Products heat race number 1. And Kyle, we knew heat race number 1 was going to be tricky with the super wet and tacky racetrack, but it seemed like you were able to get around guys on the bottom and the top. So how happy were you with the maneuverability of this 3G?
Very, very well. Glenn Stires gave me some great equipment to, get up there and battle with the top guys. And I was kind of worried about that starting in the back, and it's slimy, but rough, and not really sure where the line is. And I just kind of got the car ready for some slime and let me get around the bottom of a couple of them. And then when the track cleared off a little bit, I got around Axum there on the top. But it's kind of, you got to have the car maneuverable. It wasn't the greatest, but it was maneuverable, so that let me get into 4th, and I think we'll be sitting pretty good on points, and we can get in the qualifier. Track's going to keep widening out as the night goes on, and I think it's going to be a good race.
You don't have a lot of experience here at the dirt track at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. You did make the feature in 2021, but with all the rain and a little bit of extra moisture than we were anticipating for today, do you just kind of throw the old notebook out and try to go with something different, something that's going to help you on this tacky racetrack?
Yeah, we ran sprint couple rates there at Midget Week, and we were not great the first 2 nights, and we were just kind of learning. And then at Tri-State, we changed some stuff, and I actually felt like a midget driver there for a little bit. So we kind of came here with what we finished up there at Hopstadt, and the track definitely throwing a curve for us, but it's a curve for everybody. So we'll just see how it goes and try to get up there in that qualifier.
Kyle Cummins, despite tricky track conditions, did get some valuable passing points in there, 8th to 4th in Simpson Race Products heat race number 1.